I guess it would help if I had my microphone. It's one of those mornings, folks. But here we are. Got the mic now. Um, all right. Anyway, we hit Plat 4. We did it while doing some brewing. So again, I was just saying, gold's not that bad unless you're doing brewing and testing and whatnot. So that's what we did, though. Got through it. Now, can we hit diamond? Last season was horrendous, and we did not hit diamond last season. We actually, so right before the season ended, the competition got a little weaker, and I did push through to, it was like maybe Plat 2. I don't think it was Plat 1. So it did get a little higher, but anyway, okay, white or black? Oh yeah, my warrior equipment deck won a few games yesterday too. Let's run some clerics, although I want to run angels pretty soon as well. Maybe even add some wild cards, craft some things for the angels deck. All right, caramel coffee this morning. All right, Ryman 78. Let's see what you got. Oh, clerics. This will help us get through our quest, which is something I do pay attention to. And it's a fun deck, I think. It's very tribal, which is something I'm a big fan of. Oh, is the computer still waking up? Maybe. Yeah. There we go. Sometimes it just takes it a minute, that first match, and then it's usually good after that. We should be good. There we go. Alright, so we got a couple land. We got some early cards. If we draw a third land in a reasonable amount of time, we've got a curve going. Let's go for it. We should be able to play on curve at this point. Let's see. We'll pay the 2 life. So that's the other cool thing about this deck is you're never afraid to pay from your life total, because we're going to gain life immediately. Well, pretty close to immediately. Now granted, our opponent could disrupt our plans, but ideally we are, Soul Warden will gain life on our second turn. So we're really going to get back anything that we pay. I do have some decks where I have to be much more considerate about using my life total as a resource. Life total as a resource. Couldn't get that out there for a second. So yeah, this is just fortunately one of those decks. I just don't have to worry about it so much. I can just pay it. Alright, well, our opponent is maybe having more technical difficulties than I am. They're really slow this morning. Are they changing their pet, or is their pet changing on its own? I don't think I've ever seen that. Very interesting. I've had the same one forever. Yeah, I just don't change them. Thoughtseize, really? Somebody is a no fun player. I think this person may have been mistreated as a child. That's not funny, folks. Don't use those kind of jokes at home. Not funny. But seriously though, who uses Thoughtseize? Come on, man. That's like using counter spells when you're not in blue. And a second one. Okay, maybe this guy deserves some of those non-funny jokes. Jeez. Alright, well I'm going to keep pinging. I mean, we've pinged him down to 14 now, so... Well, and the Thoughtseize helped us, obviously, but... You lose 2 life every time you do that. So go for it, I guess. Keep helping me out. Okay. I don't know. I feel like our opponent has got a lot of removal, but will they ever have anything to create any offense? I don't know. I think that's the thing about some of these decks is, so some of your high control decks can definitely eventually create offense because they just create so much control. But then you've got the other decks that are trying to do something else besides just control the game, like the ones who are trying to create value from mill or from discard or from something else, and they're so focused on attacking whatever it is that you do, so they're getting cards out of your hand or getting cards out of your deck, that they really can't deal with the board well enough. I guess that's the thing about what I'm calling a high control deck. I guess maybe a tier control deck or something. I don't know. So sacrifice this creature or what? Or take a life? Oh, yeah, no, I'll pay the life. And get it right back. So this is what stinks, is I don't want to be stuck drawing land. I need to get some stuff on the battlefield, for sure. I don't know, guys. I do typically focus less on the ladder. I just happen to play on the ladder and focus more on playing just for fun. I'm kind of tempted to at least focus on the ladder enough to get to Diamond this season. Wow. Didn't even attempt to attack. I mean, I was going to actually let it get through. That's interesting. I guess their strategy was just that bad that they saw it coming. Like, I actually think they had a really good chance. I was going to let the Obliterator get through and not sacrifice my stuff. No, granted, I was gaining life, but I don't know if I was gaining enough. I don't know. But again, I feel like that that tends to happen when you try to build around discarding or milling or those kind of things, because you're giving up your resources to attack your opponent's resources, and while that sounds like it's a good trade-off, it just doesn't seem to be in the long run. And the experiences I've had playing against those type of decks, it just seems like your resources are better spent either on the board or dealing with your opponent's stuff that's on the board. When you're dealing with your opponent's hand or with your opponent's deck, it seems like the resources just aren't spent efficiently. That's why I feel like I typically have a decent win rate against mill or discard type decks. And maybe those strategies play better against control decks. I don't know. And I don't play much control, that's for sure. Let's see. So we'll go ahead and get the priest out. So the cool thing about getting her out earlier than later is we need her to be able to tap, and since summoning sickness is a thing, she can't tap yet. I'm going to go ahead and take the land this time. Get it out of the way. Let's actually foretell. Because next turn, we can go Soul Warden and then cast the Vengeful Reaper for 2. And we'll gain the life from Soul Warden and be able to swing. And I don't even need to do anything there. And we still have, and the cool thing about the Marauding Blight Priest, it's a little hard to say first off, but anyway, the cool thing there is While I do get value by having it on the field, I actually don't mind sacrificing it to the priest. Because I've got redundancy by having Marauding Blight Priest and Veto in the deck. And Veto is the better one because it says whenever you gain life, each opponent loses that much life, not just one life. So it creates some redundancy, which is good. Okay, so this is interesting. We'll play the Blight Priest because I'm willing to sacrifice it. I almost want to draw a land next turn, play Taborax and another Blight Priest, and sacrifice both of the Blight Priest to the Forgotten God so that I can cast Taborax. Or not cast it, but trigger it. That's the hope. Now if I don't draw a land, hopefully I draw something else that I can get down and maybe sacrifice. I really like that this one was a cleric as well as an angel, because it goes in both my cleric and angel tribal decks. And I like this card. Big fan. I think the only thing, and of course you can't cram too many keywords before it becomes rare, but the only thing that would have made it better was lifelink, I think. Okay, I am not a fan of Angel of Destiny. I have died to that card on several occasions. That's one of those, if you've got removal, that's where it's going to go. I have removal in here somewhere, not sure where. Got to figure that out. Now the good thing is at the moment we're keeping our opponent at bay as far as that goes, but we'll see. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get Taborax down. But I don't think I want to sacrifice anything out here yet. So I guess we're going to go another turn before we sacrifice anything. Which means we're going to wait. Which means our opponent is going to start gaining life from the Angel of Destiny. They're starting to build a game plan here. I don't like it, but I think I can handle it. I think we're good still. All damage dealt to creature you control is okay. That's fine. I think I'm even going to take probably all of this because I just don't care right now. We could go Death Touch and block that one. Although I guess. So I guess the damage is dealt. So does the Death Touch get dealt to the alternate creature in this situation? Don't know. Okay. Oh good, and we got more land. So we're really playing a good deck to keep the Angel of Destiny at bay, not allowing our opponent to gain too much life. Oh, and they realized it and they're out. Yeah, I was feeling pretty good about that because I was just trying to set up a opportunity to activate the priest, and that was coming. The only thing is, I'm thinking about our win rate here. That was a really good matchup for us. I don't know. I think we almost need another creature heavy deck to be a good matchup. Not the best curve, but I have land. And I have priest early. I'm going to go ahead. It is a pretty functionable hand. It's just I would love to have had Soul Warden early I mean, really, that would have made it almost a perfect hand, actually. But we'll go with this. I mean, we got a turn 2 and a turn 3 play. Possibly, well, turn 4, because we got the land for that. So really, outside of our first turn, we're perfect. We just got to see what... Oh, now that's interesting. I would have expected to see that in white and blue, not... Or not white and blue. White and red, not blue and red. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, that is a little surprising. Okay. I haven't seen that card in a long time. Going back to Dominaria there. Alright, so we have our Soul Warden. We have... Okay, I have to start thinking how I'm going to set this up. I don't really want to sacrifice either of these two, but I would get Aura's Trigger, but I've got nothing in the graveyard to benefit from Aura's Trigger, so I don't really need to do much. Although if that attacks, I probably should go ahead and kill it. I don't really want to lose Aura here, but might better go ahead and kill that while we can. Although we could just... Okay, let's do this. This is not my favorite way of getting rid of it, but it's okay. We'll do it this way. Oh, because it... Oh, that was nice. Okay, because of the timing of the triggers, it brought Veto back, and I didn't even realize it was going to do that. I love it. Okay, so the downside to Drena here is Aura's legendary, so he can't come back with Drena. But that's okay. We'll still make this work. And I'm still sitting on a Banishing Light that I didn't even have to use yet. So, Soul Warden, Tabaraks, these are all going to have value. Oh, another Champion of the Flame. I feel like we have an advantage. Because if all we have to do is wipe off a single creature once in a while. Alright, let's go here. And here. And we can still cast... Oh, this is good. Okay, we can still cast Tabaraks, which is going to benefit when we decide to sacrifice to the priest. Which... The upside to sacrificing now is we know actually it's basically like targeted removal at this point. Oh, I should have done it before the attack to get something back with Drena. Oh, I didn't realize what I was doing. Okay. Well, shoot. I guess we'll go ahead and at least get the 4 damage in. I missed that trigger. I really hate that I missed that trigger. Why'd you guys let me miss the trigger? You're all fired. You'll never work in this town again. Just kidding! Just kidding. But seriously, you let me miss the trigger. Alright, now what? Historic. When it leaves the battlefield. Okay, so they're going to get payoff when I kill it. Okay. Oh, and it has hexproof, which is interesting, because now I have to use the priest to get rid of it. Alright, interesting. Okay, so this time we'll do this. Oh, and see, Veto's legendary as well. I got too many legendaries. Maybe Drena just doesn't have any value with all these legendary creatures. Okay, let's go ahead and go here. Oddly enough, I'm going to go with both of those because we're going to get one back. And we get card draw. and make tower. Oh, that's a bummer. Oh, really? Well, I got plenty of land. Oh, and I had lethal damage on the board right there, so that was really good. Yeah, Drena's okay, but ends up not being as great with all the um, legendaries. Hey, we got a pack. Let's crack a pack. Alright guys, we get to open a pack. Hopefully we get, let's see, we're going to get a little bit of progress towards wildcard, so I'd rather get the progress and draw one, I think. Dun dun dun. Alright. These are cool. Haven't put them in a deck yet. Snowland, of course. Boast is interesting, but not that card really. Alright, the big reveal is Ascendant Spirit. Oh my gosh, that writing is so tiny. So you pay 2 Snowland, Ascendant Spirit becomes Spirit Warrior with base power and toughness 2/3. Not that great. I mean, it's okay. Well, I mean, you do pay 1 to get it on the battlefield. Nah, still not great. Let's see, if Spirit Warrior is flying... Wait. If it is a warrior, put a flying counter on it. Okay, so you have to pay 2 to make it a warrior. Oh, but it's not until the end of turn, so that is better. Okay, so this is a progression thing. This is interesting. So you pay 1 to get it on the battlefield. Then you can pay 2 to make it a 2/3. Then you can pay 3 to put a flying counter on it, and it becomes a Spirit Warrior Angel with base power 4/4. Okay, then you pay 4, and if it's an angel, put 2 1/1 counters on it. So that makes it a 6/6. And it gains whenever this creature does combat damage to a player, draw a card. It's super interesting. I don't know. I don't really know how functional it is. Like, okay, you've got to pay. Let's see. You're paying 3 to make it a 4/4. So you're getting a 4/4 as early as turn 3, but you've got to build it up every time to get there, which means it's taking up your resources on turn 1. On turn 2 and on turn 3. So I don't know if it's that great. I mean, yes, you get the 4/4 on turn 3, which isn't bad, although we've got cards right now that can give you a turn 2 4/4 angel flying. So I don't know. And actually, the card I'm speaking of is only an uncommon, not even a rare. So I don't know. It's good. I don't know how playable it is, though. For reals. Oh. I do really enjoy the, what's the name of that one? I can't think of it right now. I used to know the name of it because I like it. I like playing it. But I don't have a lot of decks in which I put it in just because, I know it does have to make sense in the deck. Which, I've got a Mardu. I'm impressed that I remembered that. I'm not always good with the color combinations. I have a Mardu tokens deck. Okay, this isn't a great hand, but since we've already gone down to 6, I can foretell and cast Feed the Swarm with the land that I have. So I will keep that. And unfortunately, we're going to move Drena out just because she's the most expensive thing at the moment. I think it makes the most sense to boot her. She got the old boot. Alright. Okay, so there's nothing on our opponent's board. Let's go ahead and foretell. What do we got here? Really? White and blue. Luris. I don't know if this is going to be a good matchup. It might be, though. Oh, it's white and blue auras. That's at least interesting. Let's go ahead and send in the Reaper. Send in the Reaper. I like that. The Vengeful Reaper. Okay, a 2-3 with first strike already. That's not bad. Oh, did they just make it unblockable? Well, I guess I'm going to have to kill that. So there's, I guess the downside to auras is once I kill it, they've lost 3 cards in a sense. So its card advantage gets lost. And see now, depending on how much that slows them down, we'll see. It might not slow them down much. Oh, so they got such cheap stuff. Well, and they're cheap because of the Transcendent Envoy. Alright, let's go ahead and go there. And we still have an advantage at the moment with the Reaper. There we go. So we're still getting in. The Reaper having Death Touch. Such a good card. Big fan. Okay. And we'll send in the Reaper again. Reaper doing work. Alright, so now Loris. Okay, hold on. Let's see. During each of your turn, you may cast 1 permanent spell. So that's nice. For some reason, I was thinking it was going to be casting a... What do I have on my graveyard? Anything? Nothing? So it might be a little early for Aura. I was thinking it was going to end up being a creature spell. But being that it's a permanent... Okay, so this is where we come into a little bit of trouble, because having first strike, if we lose the Reaper, it does trigger Taborax, but we need Taborax to have more counters. Okay, I'm going to hold off this time. Because the other thing is, if they attack and tapped, then they're open. Oh, now see, Vigilance. Ooh, we need more removal now. That's tough right there. Oh, that's really tough. Okay, I got to think about this. Oh, there we go. That made waiting so worth it. That makes a huge difference in this game. Because here's the other thing. Regardless of what they draw this turn, it's got to all go on these two because they're not going to have haste. Yep. That changed the game. Nice. Just had to be patient there. I typically prefer to be patient and see what I draw rather than block. I just figure I can always block later. And sometimes that strategy works and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I say it's being patient, but it actually in some ways is like also being aggressive. Because I'm like, just send the damage in and I'll try to return it because I'm thinking about returning the damage more than I'm thinking about prolonging the game. So it's a weird kind of aggressive patient combination. I don't know. Maybe I'm just making stuff up now. I like this hand even though I don't love it. I do like having those available early, but I guess I don't need 3. Let's go. Godless Shrine. We'll pay the 2 life. As we said earlier, that's okay. This deck does a really good job of getting it back. Okay. This time, excuse me, this time we'll scry. Maybe. I don't know what the holdup is here. Okay. Yeah, let's keep that, even though I would, typically, I would get rid of that for land, to try to find land. But Soul Warden is a good card at the moment. And see, I'm actually going to hold off on playing the second one of those, so I can play it after Soul Warden and get maximize my ooh, interesting. Are we going against vehicles? Mono white vehicles? That would be an interesting take on vehicles. I always push the red and white. So either they just haven't drawn red land yet, or it could be mono white. I mean, it really looks like it. This could be an interesting deck. And it makes sense. I mean, now that, once I've seen that they were going mono white vehicles, definitely my first thought was it does make sense. Oh, now I'm going to get stuck. Okay, well, the upside is we want the Archfiend Vessel in our graveyard. So we're okay attacking here. But the downside is we need blockers, so I guess we shouldn't attack. Because now if I could get them out of the graveyard in the next turn or two, then I think it would make a lot more sense to just attack, lose them. But so Aura is one of the better cards at getting them out of the graveyard that I have in the deck right now. Drana works. I might be down to just those two options, actually. I think I used to have more options. I might be down to just those two. And if that's the case, then it really does make sense to wait. Oh no, are we having server issues? Okay, I think we're back. Maybe we did have server issues and now we're back. So anyway, yeah, I'd rather block in this situation. Okay, good. The game's moving. Ugh. All right. What do we got? I don't care to block here. I'm really more interested in blocking the vehicle. Return another permanent you control. Okay, so that gives them a chance to fabricate again. So what do they need to crew this for? So they have enough to crew it now. They didn't before. Which luckily it doesn't have trample or anything. Okay, not the best land, because it's going to be tapped, but it gives us a land. And a scry, so we can see if we've got a land coming. We don't have a land coming, and as much as I like the Reaper, I think I'd rather have land right now. But it was really hard to give up on the Reaper. Definitely one of my favorite cards. And actually the Death Touch would have made for a good blocker, but I don't know, I feel like I've got to get some land going. Okay, so I can block it this turn. Next turn I can just get rid of it. I think that's the smart thing, which is unfortunate because that means I'm not playing anything else. But because I need more land. But I think the thing to do is to get rid of it. I don't really need a 6/6 running around. Wow, I'm having to play really patient, and I don't like it. Having to figure out how to come back from 3 land to, what, 6 land? Oh! Well, that hurt, because that meant I spent my 3 land last turn for nothing. Ugh. So I think we're going to lose this game just to lack of resources. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Alright, well luckily I've got a nice life total. I can give up that. Okay, let's see here. Let's maximize the value of our land. Gain some life, and the upside here is we can use the priest next turn to give us more mana. We're probably not going to be able to get rid of much other than a servo from the sacrifice ability. We just gotta hope they don't have any way of taking it out. Okay, so this is where it gets tricky because I would rather sacrifice one of these two next turn rather than having to block with one now. Oh goodness. I think I'm going to let it through. I mean, at some point I'm going to have to anyway. Okay, interesting. So what I'd love to do is go here to put counters on Tabarax to make him a blocker. You know what? No, cancel. We can deal some damage first. Which also gives us the lifelink. Yeah. Tell me they're not setting on some kind of like settle the wreckage or something. 3 damage to target attacking or blocking a creature. Okay. Well, I wasn't planning on sacrificing her, but maybe I do it now for value. But I did target you. What did I miss? Why can't I target? I'm so confused. Target. What did I miss? Is it just a glitch? It's gotta be a glitch. Okay, I guess it'll resolve. Alright, draw a card. Oh, if that would have been an untapped land, that would have been so much better. Okay, let's do this. Well, I still can't... Oh. If we lose to a glitch, I would be very disappointed. What's even worse, if it's a known glitch that our opponent is exploiting, that would be bad. Is that possible? Can they exploit? Wow. I mean, we could get... Well, we don't need 2 mana right now. Actually, we do. Okay, this is nuts. Because I'm going to lose blockers. I'm going to draw cards and use the 2 mana. Oh, but it's not a creature. So it's not even going to work. I have to wait until it's a creature. Oh well. I'll get rid of something. That was really, really frustrating. I can't believe that. I can't believe that there's a glitch there. I actually heard about this. on a Facebook group, somebody did mention this, and I just didn't think anything of it. Obviously, until now. I could really use that Reaper with Death Touch right now. Well, I finally get some decent land. Alright, I think we're going to use Banishing Light again, and hopefully our opponent can't get rid of it this time. Of course, if they just attack, they're going to force me to block everything. Which means I'll lose the Soul Warden, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but I could have... She's still fodder for Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Oh, you're kidding me. Well, okay, so the upside here is they're going to use everything... Oh, and they can. It's got Summoning Sickness. Nice. So now they've got to be still calculated as to how they're going to go about this. They might not even attack this turn. Interesting. Because now they're losing some of their crewing opportunities. I'm even going to go ahead and give up the Warden. Yeah, that becomes an interesting strategy. Okay, so that one survives. Tabarak still triggers, so maybe we draw something good here. Okay, so... Aura does give us life link. We get stuff back with Drana. Oh, Tabarax has life link now too. Yeah, let's go Drana. Let's go no attacks. We'll save Tabarax to block, which might not even need if that's a land or something. Oh! Oh! Didn't see that coming. Oh my goodness, we fought our way out of that mess. That was an interesting deck. I love that it was something different. I think I just don't know if they built it very well. I think I would have been more... So they had some odd interaction. They were... I mean, in some ways they were prepared by destroying my enchantment. But then they given their creatures indestructible and doing things like that. I don't think that's very efficient interaction. I think if you're gonna go vehicles, I think you have to be more aggressive in getting creatures and vehicles out, crewing them, and go do your thing. I think they spent too much time not doing their thing. I don't know. That's my thought. I have a vehicles deck, but it's not that good. Because I just threw it together and I didn't want to use a lot of wild cards. So, what am I in the mood for now? I worked on Jorn yesterday. I don't think I like it. It's functional. It won some games, but meh. I want to play this some more. I still don't think I've won. Maybe I got one. I think I may have gotten one. I rarely win with Liliana's contract, and that's what I want to do. I want to win with the contract. That's what I came here for. Oh my goodness. Is that the game or a computer glitching? Lost connection. Am I having internet connection issues this morning? Or is the server having all kinds of issues? I think it's the game. I think something tells me we're not going to get a match here. I think it just... Well, this changed. I might give it to about a minute. I think we're going to have to restart. I think that was a major glitch. Maybe if I restart the stream, I'll get folks on. I gotta restart the game. I may just restart the stream. Yep, it's not gonna do anything. Alright, I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna restart the stream and the game. So if you are watching, which I feel like there's nobody watching, if you are watching, okay. Coming back, reloading, restarting. I totally accuse you guys of not watching because it just doesn't show me anything. And I guess it's a system issue, but it doesn't show me that anybody's watching. Well, okay, there's no chat, so that's not a issue in my system. There was nobody hanging out in chat, guys. But okay, it says it's still getting Twitch online. I guess. See, sometimes I can't trust my system. It says it's still getting Twitch online. It said there was like nobody watching from Twitch. Actually, I think it had one person watching from Twitch and one person from YouTube. And I've learned that sometimes I just can't trust those numbers. But when there's nobody in chat, I just assume the numbers meant nobody was there. And I still don't know if I'm talking to anybody because it looks like it's still not even up in Twitch yet. Okay. So if you were watching before when I had to restart and I accused you of not watching, man, did I put my foot in my mouth there. Okay. But hopefully you guys are back. And I'm back. We're back. I don't know what that glitch was all about. What were we about to play? Demons, because I want Liliana's contract. I want to win with that card. I think I may have actually won with it once, but I don't know. It seems like it's such a hard card for me to win with. I do think this new version of the deck is better because I've got some more 2-drop. Yeah, 2-drop demons in red. Actually, this is a good hand. And then, so I like this Varigoth. I like him, period. But in this deck, I like him because I can go search for a contract if I am actually close to where I can use one. Okay. Let's go red first. So, I need 2 black, but I like having a white option for Light of Hope, which I like Light of Hope because, well, let's go black here, and then if we don't draw white next turn, I might go ahead and use that. So I don't need much white. Okay, so I may discard. Well, you know what? Yeah, I'll discard that one. Anyway, so I like Light of Hope because it helps me balance out the loss of life from the contract. Because there's not really any other like lifelink or any other way. And then it also gives me the chance to destroy an enchantment if I need it, not an artifact. Okay, good. So there's another white. So we can definitely go black here. That worked out. We'll go... So Varigoth, I love, in this deck, it gives me a demon, it gives me death touch, it gives me search. Um, I'm I'm still not sure if I like boast necessarily, but that his particular boast ability works out really well. Unfortunately, we're playing mono red. It's just gonna wipe everything I try to do off the board. Stinking mono red. I don't know. I can appreciate mono red players a little bit more than I can control players, but only a little. See, and I need removal now because this is a card that's gonna really mess everything up. I don't know why I'm going there now. What I really wanted to do, I think, was get the Nightmare Shepherd out sooner than later. If I can't get that off the board, we're in deep doo-doo. Deep trouble. I'm pretty sure I've got Feed the Swarm or something in here. Well, let's go ahead and use the contract, get some card draw. Maybe I can find something and get that off the board. Nothing. Who built this deck? Golly. I always put Feed the Swarm in my decks that I can. Why? Ugh. Maybe I have one in here, I just haven't gotten to it yet. But I feel like I've gone through quite a few cards. And now it's not even going to matter. Because I didn't bring a board wipe, and I'm pretty sure that's the only thing that would give me a chance here. Unless, do I have 7? Oh, I'm 1 mana short of at least putting 2 flyers out. I could have done that. I could put 1 out and gain 4 life. Still. Alright. So we could go there. And there. And stay alive 1 more turn. For what? I don't know. This game got out of hand fast. But oh, and now it's over. Mono red dragons. I have a mono red dragons deck. It's not really good right now because it's I crammed so much into it. Which is typical. I do that a lot. I don't know if I could get it to run efficiently. I can try. Maybe. I should go look at it real quick. I got that opponent got me inspired. Or should we play Demon? I want to play Demons one more time. I enjoy this deck too much. I think I love the gamble of Liliana's contract because drawing 4 cards is great. Losing 4 life, not great. Paying 5 mana to lose 4 life and draw 4 cards is iffy, I feel like. This is not good, but it's actually not awful either. Because Dream Devourer, I really like the demons that came in this set. Yeah, I just feel like it's such a gamble to play the card. And I don't know why I like that. I'm not a gambling person. I'm really not a gambling person. Okay. Yeah, I guess we could go there. Let's go ahead and go here. So the cool thing is, we can start throwing things down for Foretell and get them out at least a little bit early. I mean, if we go black, the contract can come out pretty early. Oh, and we got a swamp, so we can do that anyway. So we can Foretell and get that Death Touch creature off the board while swinging in for 2. So this is a decent turn right here. Okay. I like that. Okay, so I like being able to play the contract early, but I don't know if there's enough value without having more demons available. I don't know. I do know, facing mono black, we're going to see removal. Let's go ahead and foretell again. So I can't... Oh, so... Do we call their bluff on blocking this? Because we could foretell again and have enough damage, because it doesn't have first strike, and that would get it off the board. And I kind of like the idea of getting it off the board. Let's call their bluff. Okay, so that worked. We still dealt damage. Oh, and see, now I'm only one land away from Demon of Loathing. That's nuts. Because that card's so expensive, I almost never get to play it. Which is why there's only one in the deck, and I almost cut it. Like, I don't feel like it's a good card because it costs so much. But with Foretell, it's like, oh, here it is, early, ready to go. Okay. I think we're going to go contract here and see what we get. Okay, we got more land. I don't need that because I've got one that I can pay cheaper. That costs 3 and this is 2 or less, and I can't kick it yet. So I think we should hold that. So let's go here. I'm actually going to discard that one. Okay, I don't mind getting more land. Let's send in, not the Kraken, but the Demon. Because even though it's Death Touch, it's going to deal combat damage anyway because of being trampled, so both creatures are dead. And let's go ahead and pick up, get our life back that we lost to the contract. Okay, so this is really interesting, but I'm down to 1 demon, so the contract is not looking great. Now I'm down to 0. The good thing is, demons in themselves are strong enough to win a game, but I don't know. How much is this? It costs 3, so I've got to kick again. Yeah, let's just kick it. So next turn, we can foretell to pump. No, this is the other one. Ah, it's not the right one. I got my demons mixed up. Okay, so, oh, is it going to sacrifice a creature? That would be interesting. Oh, nothing. Okay, so if we boast, we can search. I don't even know what I'd search for at this point. Okay, let's get that out of the way, though. But why not search for something? I just don't know what I'm going to search for. Oh, of course, me. I guess that makes it good for commander, but I'm like, why would I choose my opponent? Okay. Dream Devourer's not as handy right now. Nightmare Shepherd's not bad because it keeps... You know what? That actually will help keep my demons on board. And I do have, I do have a problem right now with not having any demons on the battlefield. And our opponent is not going to stop destroying stuff being in mono black, so we have to, I think, be prepared for that. So I can think that's a good play. Okay, I want to gain the life. Let's see if this is enough. It's probably not. They probably got a second dead weight. No. That's interesting. So I guess I didn't even need to do that. I don't know. Okay. So we would, if we attack, we lose, but we can also go ahead and trigger. I'm going to go ahead and trigger the boast again. Because if we lose it, it just comes back. That's right. So we need more demons now. Do I want Doom Whisperer or... I've got plenty of land, don't I? Let's go Taborax. Just because it is cheap, and while I have a fair amount of land... Okay, that's interesting. So that's going to deal damage to us. Yikes. Okay, and we can't lose the shepherd right now. Okay, but we can still risk. Okay, so now we go get another demon. I guess we'll just grab that first one. So this could still play out in our favor. We can finally win with the contract. I think we're going to do it. It has to be at our upkeep, so we have to. So all of them have to survive this turn. And as long as the Nightmare Shepherd survives this turn, we should be fine. Because all the rest of them will come back with the Nightmare Shepherd's ability. So, let's see what happens. Okay, we're not worried about Fido, I don't think. Although we're going to be forced to block, but that's okay. I think we're golden. I think we're good. Oh, they didn't even attack or do anything. They just passed the turn and we won. Nice. Very nice. I like that. That's the way the deck's supposed to work. I don't know that I've got it to work quite that smooth yet, though. That really worked. Way to go, Liliana's contract. Okay, now I'm still inspired to try out my dragons, but I haven't messed with it in a while. I mean, I did recently kind of mess with it, but not really. I don't know. You know, the other thing I'm thinking, I wonder if there's enough support for like white, red flyers. Oh, I may just have another idea. So I have a white-blue flyers that I really like. But if you go white-red, you can go maybe dragons and then throw in something like Safara, ever how you pronounce it, that gives your flyers indestructible. That would be neat. Okay, so where are we at here? We've got a couple Dragon Master Outcasts, shocks for early game removal. Of course, Dragon Lord Servant, some more removal. Runaway Steam Kid to ramp. So we got lots of ramp. Maybe overkill the ramp. We may have overkilled the ramp. Um, Sarkin. I really like Dragon Sword. Opportunistic Dragon. I don't think I need it. Target human or artifact an opponent controls for as long as gain control. Actually, maybe right now there is a lot of artifacts running around with the Paradox engine and junk like that. So maybe we do want to hold on to that. See, this was a fun one that I opened in a pack, I think, that I thought I should throw in, but I'm like, I don't really need it. It's okay. I just opened it in the pack and was like, it's a dragon. But do I only have one copy? Yeah, I only have one copy of Sarkhan's Unsealing. I wish I had multiple, at least 2 copies of that one. What have I got in wild cards? 2 rare, 2 mythic. Man, I want to wait. I think I'm going to cut the Stalker, even though I like it. I like Varix. I might cut it down to 1 or 2 rather. I don't think I need. I think I only have 1 Demanding Dragon. Okay, this is the new one. So I did play this long enough to add the new one, but I don't think I actually played it. I think it just came in here and added it. Sarkhan the Masterless. Do I only have 1 Terror of the Peaks? Yes. Lathless. Such a weird name, but great card here. And I have 3 copies of Jacuzis? I have 4? Well, might as well run 4. So I'm at 23 land because we have such ramp early. But at 68 cards, I don't know if that's a good idea or not. I don't know. Let's go find out. Like I said, I wasn't, I don't know, especially fond of it being, I didn't think it was particularly efficient coming in. So my suspicion is we're going to find out that it's still not efficient. But maybe all that ramp will help. I think it's a little high on cards, a little low on land, and maybe overkill on ramp. Does that make sense? I don't even know. So we have none of our early ramp. We have a 3-drop ramp, which is not bad. Oh, Gadrak, does it even make sense in this deck? Because you need artifacts, right? You need 4 or more artifacts. It does create an artifact if a creature died that turn. So yeah, I think that needs to be cut from this deck. It's a dragon, but like, that's all. Okay, I'm going to have to cut that. I think I really like the fact that it was a 3-drop. But I don't think it makes enough sense here. Okay, here's our ramp. If this stays on the board, we're dropping Terror of the Peaks next turn, and we're only 1 land away from Jacuzis. Oh, that's such a hard Jacuzeth. Jacuzeth. Maybe that's a better way of saying it. Jacuzeth. Who knows? Terror. Wait. Did we just trigger? Yes. Okay. Let's go opponent. Have 5 damage in your face. Oh, but see, if I would have killed something. Let's see. For each non-token creature that. So we could have created 1. I just don't think that makes any sense in this deck. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at. And I think this is game over. I don't need to do anything here. I think maybe they have a way out. I don't think they do. I think this is game over. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so the funny thing is the fact that Gadrak only costs 1 after, in that situation, gave him a significant amount of value. Even though, for all intents and purposes, he's completely useless after that in this deck. I think I still have to take him out. I think I'd have still won that game. I'm pretty confident I'd have won that game without him. It just worked out really good. But that almost felt like it wasn't even a fair fight. That was bad. Who was that? Oh, I got 2 copies too. Well, that makes us a little more efficient at 66. Again, we do have ramp. Let's try this out. Well, but okay, maybe if I had full play sets of Gadrak and the new dragon from Kaldheim, those actually work in tandem a little bit. Maybe there's something there. Maybe there's a new build coming with those combinations. Okay, so there's a little bit of early ramp, but we're going to have to draw some land. This might be a mulligan. We do have a lava coil. All right, we'll keep it. I think this, we'll see. I think this should have been a mulligan, though. Our opponent mulliganed, I think. Yeah. Oh, they mulliganed down to 5. So maybe that gives us an advantage. I doubt it. It really all depends on if we draw land. If we don't, I think we're in a pickle. Okay. So everything costs, well, not everything. Our dragons cost a little bit less, but if we don't draw land, it doesn't matter. Oh, this is going to be my last game, too. I'm coming up on my time. Okay. Oh, is this that combo deck? Oh my goodness. I've played against this once before and it didn't work for him quite right. And so I won that one. Apparently that didn't work either. Well, okay, I can't go out on that. I'll play one more. I mean, it is a fast deck, but I don't think that combo is going to last very long. I don't think it's consistent enough. I've only played against it 2 or 3 times. I think it did work once, and I think twice now it hasn't worked. I don't think it's going to stick around. All right. This will have to be my last game. Arthur. Have I played Arthur? I feel like I've played Arthur. I don't know. Okay. So have early ramp. That won't matter, but that can be played with the early ramp. But I have to have more land to do it. Ooh. Do we just trust we're going to draw land? I think I'm going to. I'm going to trust that I'm going to draw land. Is that a good idea? Maybe not, but that's what I'm doing. I'm always bad at mulligans because for some reason I'm just sure that my next draw is going to be worse. And oddly enough, if I look back, I would say most of the time it's not the case, and sometimes it is, so I end up going to 5. And when I go to 5, it's usually not that bad either. I just hate being down cards. I feel like it's such a strength to have cards at my disposal. Especially when I have decks that don't draw a lot of cards. I would say this one does not draw a lot of cards. It does draw some because we have in our hand the Dragon's Horde, which I really like. But okay, we could get an early dragon or go here. I think I'll go with the early dragon, actually. And then I still may go Sarkhan next turn, depending on what we draw. I like the idea of putting the pressure on, and if our opponent has removal, we're going to hope that maybe we saved our Planeswalker by throwing out a creature. Oh, maybe they don't have anything. Of course, there's also no guarantee they have removal that can take out a Planeswalker. They may only have creature removal. Or they may have nothing. Pretty much nothing, it looks like. Okay, I think we're going to go there. We don't have a dragon spell that can be cast.
I fight with a dragon's rage.
I think I might discard my one copy of Banefire. It is a good card, but nice. So we ended up with something better there, I think. And let's take away their ramp potential there. Okay. They untapped a swamp and did nothing with it. Interesting. Very interesting. Not sure why. I guess that was just because I can. I'll show you. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. That was a weak turn. Yes, so we can go... Oh, and they're out. Yeah, I was going to say, they must have not had anything going. Some very weak turns there, and we were about to really get rolling. Terror of the Peaks, and then I could still draw cards with the Dragon Sword. Yeah. So maybe I need to play some dragons. Maybe that'll be the bulk of tomorrow's stream, maybe. Or maybe I'll play it today while I'm off stream and get bored of it and play something new tomorrow. Sometimes that happens, although I did have a run there for a long time where I was really only playing on stream. I wouldn't hardly play anything else after that. Okay, we still haven't gotten a quick draft for Kaldheim. I'd kind of like to do that before I do Premier Draft, just because I'm not really sure how I would approach. I did play one draft already. I had a token. And I do remember enjoying the draft. I don't think I got, but maybe... did I get 3 wins that time? I think I got 2. Which unfortunately, that's above my average. Drafting is obviously not my forte. But... I don't know, I've got enough coins to do a Premier Draft. But I kind of think I'd like to wait on the quick draft. I don't know. I'll decide that tomorrow. Because if I'm gonna do the Premier Draft, I'll do it tomorrow. That'll be the kind of the wait and see, the tease. Will I do it or will I won't? But yeah, I guess other than that, I got to get out of here and go to work. So appreciate you watching. Appreciate you watching when I didn't know you were watching. And stuck my foot in my mouth there. But yeah, hanging out through the technical glitch and whatnot. So thank you, everybody. Appreciate you subscribing and following, doing all those types of things. And we'll see.